Hi everyone, my name is Emily Pope, and today I will be presenting to you my oral abstract on the effect of antioxidants on age-related cognitive decline. I'm so excited to share with you everything I've learned about this topic throughout my research in the upcoming weeks. So as I began my research on this topic, I quickly realized that an immense amount of research has already been done on cognitive decline as a whole. Therefore, I decided to narrow my topic down slightly to specifically age-related cognitive decline. While there's an incredible amount of research done on cognitive decline, as I had already mentioned, there's no clear-cut consensus regarding prevention or treatment therapies through the use of antioxidants. It's been really interesting to see all the antioxidant therapies used in previous studies and how they've impacted future directions. And finally, I just wanted to briefly touch on the relation that this topic has to my personal life. My grandma severely suffers from Alzheimer's disease, and I was never able to fully wrap my head around the mechanisms that cause this disease. So my hope is to educate you on the complex chemical interactions that cause age-related cognitive decline, and then propose to you the possible effects of antioxidant therapy. So first, I want to provide a brief overview of age-related cognitive decline. In 2015, the number of people affected by cognitive decline worldwide was 47 million individuals. This number is also projected to reach 75 million by the year 2030. Additionally, in 2015 alone, $818 billion were spent on cognitive decline-related costs. So clearly, this is a huge burden, not only financially, but just in general to our country and our world. Many people confuse the relationship between dementia and Alzheimer's disease, so I wanted to clear up any misconceptions right from the get-go. By definition, dementia is multiple cognitive deficits manifested by both 1, memory impairment, and 2, one or more of the following cognitive disturbances: aphasia, apraxia, agnosia, and other disturbances in executive functioning. Simply put, dementia is major cognitive decline that interferes with daily activities. In contrast, Alzheimer's disease is characterized by the presence of extracellular amyloid beta, or AB, plaques, which promote brain shrinkage, which is then followed by nerve death. Alzheimer's is classified as either early onset, which begins before age 65, or late onset, which accounts for over 95% of the total cases. In conclusion, dementia is an umbrella term for a wide variety of cognitive decline conditions, and Alzheimer's disease falls under this umbrella term. Next, I want to touch on the progression of Alzheimer's disease. The first stage, if you will, is called preclinical Alzheimer's disease. This stage is pre-symptomatic, with early Alzheimer's disease-related brain changes observed only by neuroimaging. The second stage is called mild cognitive impairment, or MCI. This stage is known as a pre-dementia phase, which is based on clinical, cognitive, and functional criteria. This is most often referred to as a transitional stage between normal cognitive function and dementia. Some common symptoms seen here are problems with memory, attention, speech, decision-making, and motor functions, which exceed problems that would be expected of an individual's age and educational level. And finally, stage 3 is clinical Alzheimer's disease. As I mentioned earlier, this diagnosis is based on multiple factors, including brain biochemistry and various mental functioning assessments, such as the Mini Mental State Examination, or MMSE. Next, I want to provide a quick refresher on oxidative stress. I know none of us really want to reflect back on our biochemistry days, but a general background is necessary to understand the relationship between antioxidants and brain functioning. So by definition, free radicals are molecules with an unpaired electron in their outer orbit. Oxidative stress, then, is defined as a state where the amount of highly reactive free radicals exceeds the body's antioxidant defense systems. This leads to chemical modification of molecules and basically changes the structure of key cellular components. So when an individual ages, their ability to use defense mechanisms decreases. This then leads to oxidative damage, which can result in structural changes in the mitochondria, alterations in electron transport chain activities, and it decreases fluidity. The impaired cell homeostasis and decreased mitochondrial function then enhances vulnerability to even more oxidative stress. So, unfortunately, these processes are kind of comparable to a wheel that just keeps spinning. Finally, cerebral tissue is particularly susceptible to reactive oxygen species damage because it has a high oxygen requirement. It has a low content of natural antioxidants, and it has a high content of PUFAs. This then explains the connection between neurodegenerative diseases and the need for adequate antioxidants in the body. So here you will see a list of the 3 studies that I plan to discuss during my systematic review presentation. I will discuss each of these in more depth in the upcoming slides. The first study relevant to my research is called Alterations in Antioxidant Level and Lipid Peroxidation of Patients with Neurodegenerative Diseases. The study included 28 individuals with Alzheimer's, 42 individuals with Parkinson's disease, and 42 healthy control patients. All participants were between the ages of 60 and 80. Labs drawn included the plasma total antioxidant status, or TAS, erythrocyte malondialdehyde, or MDA, and glutathione concentration, or GSH. Then, the activity of superoxidase dismutase, catalase, glutathione peroxidase, and glucose-6-phosphate dehydrogenase were measured. These are common antioxidant enzymes. Results concluded that TAS activity was significantly reduced in patients with neurodegenerative diseases. Also, a correlation was found between MDA and SOD measurements in the diseased group. Through other clinical studies, the researchers concluded that reduced SOD activity plays a role in the increased oxidative stress seen in these patients. The study concluded that antioxidant oral therapy will be of benefit in the mitochondrial protection for these specific antioxidant enzymes. The study called for future studies outlining specific antioxidant therapies. This has important implications for the purpose of my research because the attention drawn to specific antioxidant enzymes isn't commonly seen in other studies. The next study relevant to my research was named The Effect of Antioxidant Vitamins E and C on Cognitive Performance of the Elderly with Mild Cognitive Impairment in Isfahan, Iran, a double-blind, randomized, placebo-controlled study. The study included 256 participants with mild cognitive impairment aged 60 to 75 years old. The study had very specific exclusion criteria which helped control many of the extraneous variables. In this study, participants were given daily supplementation of 300 milligrams of vitamin E and 400 milligrams of vitamin C. This intervention took place over 1 year. Fasting, venous blood, and MMSE assessment were recorded at days 0, 180, and 360. Additionally, dietary records were obtained every other month. The study concluded that after evaluation of MMSE assessment results, no beneficial effects of antioxidant supplementation were found. However, it's important to note that oxidative stress biomarkers were not evaluated at the end of the study. Future directions call for a longer time for intervention, as researchers predicted that there will likely be benefits of longer antioxidant supplementation. The study was particularly important for my research because it evaluated oxidative stress biomarkers in relation to antioxidant supplementation specifically. And finally, the third main study that is relevant to my research is named French Adults Cognitive Performance After Daily Supplementation with Antioxidant Vitamins and Minerals at Nutritional Doses, a post-hoc analysis of the supplementation in vitamins and mineral antioxidant trial. This study included 4,447 participants aged 40 to 65. A huge strength of the study is the length of intervention, which was 8 years. Participants were given 120 milligrams of vitamin C, 6 milligrams of beta-carotene, 30 milligrams of vitamin E, 100 micrograms of selenium, and 20 milligrams of zinc. Cognitive performance was assessed through 4 different tests, which various tasks were included in each. Researchers concluded that the subjects receiving antioxidant supplementation had better episodic memory scores, specifically verbal memory and executive functioning improvement. The study supports claims that adequate antioxidant status and/or supplementation preserves specifically verbal memory, but it also benefits overall executive functioning. It's important to note that the study was a post-hoc analysis, meaning that the original intent of the study was not to evaluate cognitive functioning in relation to antioxidants. However, the data that was drawn from the study was very useful in antioxidant research. Additionally, there was a large array of supplements provided, so therefore it's difficult to draw conclusions regarding which specific molecules are responsible for the changes seen in cognition in this study. To conclude, there's still no black and white consensus regarding antioxidant therapy for age-related cognitive decline. I hope this isn't really a surprise to anyone. What I've learned throughout this process is the complexity of variables in these types of research studies. Researchers are able to to decide which variables they prefer to evaluate. So in regards to certain areas of cognition, for example, there's an option to evaluate verbal recall, object recognition, or executive functions and activities of daily living. Additionally, researchers have the ability to decide which antioxidants they choose to supplement with, whether it be a single vitamin or mineral or a mixture of many. And finally, the researchers have the ability to decide whether they want to focus on prevention of cognitive decline or treatment through the use of antioxidants. So all of these given variables, among many others, make it really difficult to draw firm conclusions regarding antioxidant supplementation. However, I look forward to sharing with you all even more about this really intriguing topic in the upcoming weeks, and I want to thank you for your time for watching this presentation. Here is a list of my references, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.